You're welcome. Congratulations for having come this. I discovered that you are one of the fastest students amongst these people that I presented today. So means that you must have been very hardworking. Congratulations on you. We are here now for examination. Although the examination is not an examination intended to give you problem. So relax your mind and make sure that you just flow. I like the way you breathe, you breathe in and breathe out. It's good. You give authority. Because we are here to assist you. Is that okay? And then at any moment in your presentation, if you need water, tell the father they will provide you with water to drink. But meanwhile, just 15 minutes to tell us the summary of what you have done for the past 3 to 4 years. Now the floor.
Good afternoon, Chairman and other members of the panel. My name is Sharon. I'm here to defend my thesis on the topic Effects of Peer Assessment Strategy on Self-Esteem and Academic Performance in Algebra of Students with Special Needs in Benue State. Students with special needs perceive the world in their manner of challenges, and this will cause frustration and low self-esteem, and this will also affect their learning of algebraic word problems. High self-esteem is crucial in learning algebraic word problems, and this will enhance the performance of the students. Many students with special needs have difficulty in learning algebraic word problems due to their inability to comprehend, to interpret, and to translate, also to solve algebraic problems. Special needs students who master and are able to retain the knowledge of arithmetic operations and skills in algebra could apply them in solving daily problems such as in purchasing and selling, which are with special needs learning challenges, their self-esteem as well as their academic performance in algebraic word problems in Benue State. Students with special needs have to interact and undergo formative assessment as they learn from each other, because this strategy helps the students to assess themselves as they learn. This strategy is a formative assessment strategy. With it, the students are able to achieve educational psychology, identify their strengths and weaknesses, also boost their self-esteem and enhance academic performance. The support given to special needs students is insufficient, since some of the students may be able to open up more to their peers than to their teachers. Hence, this strategy will help the students interact with one another and be able to open up their weaknesses to the students if used. Studies in literature in other locations indicate that peer assessment strategy enhances performance of students in mathematics concepts. However, there is scarce empirical evidence regarding effect of peer assessment strategy when used in algebra on self-esteem and academic performance of students with special needs in Benue State. These are the gaps that the study wishes to fill. The problem of this study then is what could be the effect of peer assessment strategy on self-esteem and academic performance in algebra of students with special needs in the state. 10 specific purposes, 10 research questions, and 10 hypotheses guided the study. The findings of the study when used can be able to be applied by the students and be used by mathematics teachers, curriculum planners, proprietors of special schools, and the government. The geographical scope of this study covers Benue State and the students with special needs in Upper Basic 1. The dependent variables were students' self-esteem as well as students' academic performance. Independent variable was the peer assessment strategy. The theories used were Saddle's theory of formative assessments, Vygotsky's social-cultural theory of cognitive development, and Bradley's psychology of self-esteem. The conceptual framework covered mathematics and algebraic word problems. It also covered the relevance of algebraic word problems and in daily problem solving, peer assessment strategies. It covered gender, it covered academic performance, and also self-esteem, likewise special education. 32 empirical studies were reviewed. The study adopted quasi-experimental design, which is a non-equivalent pre-test, post-test control group, where we had 4 groups, 3 were experimental and 1 was to research questions answered the mean and standard deviation and hypothesis were tested using analysis of covariance and cover and were tested at 0.05 level of significance. Findings of the study revealed that students with special needs taught algebraic word problems using peer assessment strategies. They show significant improvement in self-esteem and academic performance compared to those using conventional strategy. This implies that the peer assessment strategies, students with special needs, self-esteem and academic performance is enhanced. Also, findings of the study revealed that there is no significant difference in the mean self-esteem ratings and the mean academic performance scores between male and female students when peer assessment strategies are used to teach students with special needs algebraic words. This signifies that the use of peer assessment strategies has no bias to gender. Based on the findings of the study, it was concluded that peer assessment strategy can provide a way to foster better self-esteem and enhance academic performance of students with special needs in Benue State. Based on the findings, it was recommended, among others, that special needs educators should use peer assessment strategies to build knowledge in mathematics concepts, develop self-esteem fueled by self-confidence, to solve mathematical problems, especially algebraic problems, and further improve students' performance in external examinations such as PhD, WAEC, and other external examinations. This research has contributed to knowledge in that it has provided reliable instruments such as the SSAQ and WPPT, as well as the lesson plans that were developed by the researcher to ascertain the self-esteem and academic performance of students with special needs. Also, this study has charted a course of using peer assessment strategies in learning mathematics concepts in special schools to enable student-centered learning approach. Also, this study has revealed that the use of peer assessment strategies can be able to give positive effects on self-esteem and academic performance in algebra of students. This study has been able to open to the public the challenges that special needs students face while learning algebraic word problems and how they can be handled in order to address each of their needs peculiar to them concerning their special needs as well as their learning difficulties in mathematics. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can have a seat. Sharon.
Yes, Prof.
Rose of Sharon. That's why I saw Sharon first. Your work is good because it's addressing a peculiar set of the society that needs all support, to encourage them, to tell them that it's good, and to make them to feel at par and to even perform at par with those that are not the ambient and special needs. So the topic is apt and the topic is a good one. People are going to do maybe this one will be the shortest in terms of the examination, but nevertheless there are some genuine questions I'll ask you. You provide the answers as much as you can and as fast as you can. But first of all, let's look at the topic. I think she's the only one that has the cover page. The other one doesn't have cover page. She has cover page. She has cover page. The other one doesn't have cover page. So, you will change strategy to strategies. Because actually this like I went through the one and I saw that the strategy were in the peer assessment with feedback. Peer assessment with feedback and remediation, and peer assessment standing with you. So there are different strategies. And I want to tell you that there are different strategies, even from what you yourself reported. Because you reported in a place in the work that you're actually talking about strategies. Look at all your abstracts. Look at your abstracts. The last sentence of the abstract. The last sentence of the abstract. The study recommended, among others, that mathematics teachers should use peer assessment strategies. So there are strategies. It's not only one. Cool? So since there are three, then effect becomes plural. Effects of peer assessment strategies. That's the only correction we do. Huh? Okay, good. Your dedication, you have dedicated as if you don't have regard for British English. Because I see you